and welcome to the second night of 5 Days of Self-Love. I'm your girl, Tamika Hall, and I'm so excited that you're joining me for another episode of Tamika Hall Live. Listen, I've been working with this incredible group of women for the last 3 months, and now this is the week where it all comes to fruition. This is when we have released our book. We're releasing it on Saturday officially. I Am More Than Enough. Wow. The amount of work that it takes to love yourself, to have the courage to begin to love yourself, to have the courage to begin to love yourself beyond any of your situations, and to declare that not only are you enough, but you are more than enough. Listen, I have some incredible guests that are joining me tonight. I have Denise Emerson that is in the building. I have Robin Sample that is in the building. And I also have, I'm so excited. I put out this call yesterday for some really dope artists to join me. And so I'm about to bring Shay Samuels to the stage, who is gorgeous and decided to, well, she didn't decide. I asked her to come on. So she was kind of coerced into coming on.
But I was happy to come on. Bless.
Shay, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy. I can see you are just a ball of fire, and I just love the energy. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm so honored that you're here because yesterday, and I always do this, I'm like, Lord, at the very last minute, you know, he'll say, why don't you do this? And so at the last minute, probably about 2 hours before we went live yesterday, I was like, listen, I want some really dope women, some gospel artists who have music videos because I want to profile you.
Yeah.
And I think like 3 or 4 people immediately were like, Shay Sams, Shay Sams. I was like, who is Shay Sams?
I'm sitting here working like, what is happening? What's happening?
Who is Shay Sams? Yeah. So, and then when you posted your video, I was like, this is so fitting. This is so fitting. So first of all, how long have you been in music?
Since 2014. You know, I was a little Tina Turner, but honestly, the music part of me was always there. But I went professional in 2014. My first demo, Bread of Life, it just kind of like hit the radios like wildfire. And I just kept doing like cover songs for years until finally I came out with my first song, I Choose to Worship. So it's been since 2014 and I'm having a ball with it.
Well, I'm excited that you're here. And like I was saying to you, I'm going to be bringing you back in March because I really want us to get the full scope of your ministry and all of that great stuff. But first, introduce, set the stage for us about what we're about to see, what we're about to hear tonight.
Yes, the song is entitled I'm Good. I'm from up north. And so we say it all the time. And actually, as you were preparing, you know, I kept hearing the ladies say, I'm good. I'm good. And that's exactly what the song is about. So the song is really for anybody who has just been through it, somebody who, you know, the person who just felt like they couldn't be an active part of society because of their mishaps and the things that they, you know, done. And you think about how good God has been throughout all of it. You can wake up and be an active part in society and know that regardless of what you've been through, you're good. So thank you so much for featuring this song. I don't know if I'm introducing it, but if I am, I'm gonna just say, ladies and gentlemen, this is my song entitled I'm Good, featuring David Benson.
You guys, hey, listen, even if you don't think that you're good, guess what? You are all good. All right. Well, thank you, Shay. Here we go, y'all. I'm good.
It's your boy, David Benson. Hey, yo, Shay. It's time to go beyond the fence. Life is so good. It's so good. Yeah. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drives the bones, you know.
It's about 8 in the morning, I'm just waking up. Got the Folgers on brew, about to fill my cup. While I'm looking out the window, let the sun come up. I'm good. I'm good. About to get my day started. Off to work, about to make them dollars. If only you knew what I've been through, you would smile and say that I'm good. I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. And my family's good, my health is good. I thank God that I'm good. I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. I got food on the table, I know that he's able. Thank God I'm good. I thank God I'm good.
Hey, Big.
I thank God I'm good.
Come on in. I'm on my way.
I thank God I'm good.
are magnificent, great. Your feeling is hate, but we're ignorant grace. So intimate place, your heart of innocence make a life different break. This whole sin and the sinning, could the enemy hate? You are the sun, stars, and the moon. You are the beam of light when it's dark in the room. When I depart from the womb, you're the air that I breathe. Always there when I need you, preparing for peace. You're so good.
I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. And my family's good, my health is good. I thank God that I'm good. I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. I got food on the table, I know that He's able. Thank God I'm good. I got a good job, I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. And my family's good, my health is good. I thank God that I'm so good, so good, so good, so good. Lord, you've been so good to me. Yes, you have. I'm telling you, Lord. Good to me, good, Lord, you've been so good, so good to me, Lord, you've been so good to me. Myself, better than anybody else. So good, so good. Better than I've been to myself. Better than anybody else. So good, so good.
Shay Samuels, beyond the fence.
You brought me back on.
Let me bring you back on here.
I wasn't ready for
I know you were ready. Listen, y'all, Shay was in, she was backstage and was just in pure worship. That is something special when you can be in worship yourself. It was so beautiful to see that. Yeah. Yes, 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 y'all. And so look, your fam is already in the building.
In the building. I appreciate you guys for jumping on. You know, we support to the utmost. So you now have an extended family, and they are going to love on you, and we're going to love on you like nobody else has. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, we are full tonight. I want to say hello to you. David Benton, we got you in the building. Hello to you. We have Dudley. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Cassandra is back with us. She spoke last night. Cassandra's in the building. Cassandra was loving it, understanding that things are prophetic, and that's what this is all about on tonight. William, from the very beginning, was like, yo, I'm here.
He's in the building.
We had to throw him in there. Let me just see, because you had a lot of folks that were speaking, and I just want to make sure that we just acknowledge everybody. Ty Bolden, I see you in the building as well. So listen, guys, thank you so much. Shay, thank you again for sharing your gift with us. And look, I'm sitting here, I'm controlling everything from the phone and from my computer down here. So I'm looking down and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be mad at myself later. Okay. Heather, we see you in the virtual building. Thank you so much. David, letting us all know to follow Shay Sams and her YouTube page. Absolutely. Okay. So you have Monday Motivational Moments. Is that on your YouTube page?
That is at Shay Samuels. It is.
It's right there at Shay Samuels. And you
gave y'all the secret. I'll be back in March.
Okay. She'll be back in March, y'all. Check out all things BDF at beyondthefence.org. Shay, thank you so much. And I think, listen, if you're going to be hanging backstage, I'm going to probably slide you up in here again.
Right. So. Backstage. Go ahead. Yes. I'm looking forward to hearing the other ladies as well.
Well, I'm so excited that everybody's here, and I'm excited that you've been part of this. Listen, folks, if you're just joining us, this is the second day of 5 days of self-love. What an honor. I love you. God does everything well. He does everything well. And like I was saying a few minutes before we played the video, God dropped in my spirit that we needed to put out the war cry, and we needed to bring other women together to release what God had given to them. And, you know, I knew we had to have Shay be on here, because when I did it, we had so many people that immediately were like, Shay Sams, Shay Sams. And so I was really excited that we could have her on here. Listen, so we're getting ready to have Denise. I'm calling her to the stage. We have Robin that's also here, that is in our virtual studio. And again, this is the second night of 5 days of self-love. So both of these women are going to be here with us tonight, and they're going to just be imparting into you. If you have not already shared this broadcast, please take a minute, share this out. Let people know that these incredible women are here. Like I said, we connected back in November, and I've worked really closely with approximately 15 women literally from around the world. And not only did they go through things like trainings and stuff, then they had me that was kind of like, listen, and now you're gonna speak to the people. And so that is what this is, where the women have, you're not just gonna hear about their chapter, they're really gonna empower you tonight. So Denise, Robin, how are you guys doing?
Hey, good evening, Dr. Hall. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yes, I'm so excited that you're here. Robin, how are you feeling tonight? I think Robin might be frozen, and that's okay. Not a big deal, because it's time for us to get connected with you anyway. Denise, you're getting ready to chat with us about your topic of, here we go, we're adding it on here. Your topic of, you are never too old to reinvent yourself. Well, Queen, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Everybody, I introduce to some and present to others. That's so churchy. Uh-oh, that girl knows she's a church girl. Denise Emerson.
Thank you, Dr. Tamika Hall, for the interview and for having me. I want to thank everyone for joining me. And I also definitely want to thank God for allowing me to be here and being a contributing author on this project. So my topic tonight I was going to speak on is, you are never too old to reinvent yourself. Here's my definition of reinvention. Reinvention is what allows you endless opportunities to continue exploring new parts of yourself. Exploration is growth. And us as women, we are always busy doing something. We're raising children, running a household, being a helpmate to our husbands, and taking care of our loved ones, and holding down that big corporate job. But we never take time for ourselves. We're always the last on the list. And when we're younger, you know, we had these dreams and things that we had on our bucket list that we never ever get off the list, because we're so busy taking care of and doing things for others, and we never take care of ourselves. Then after, you know, you're the empty nest, I'm an empty nester, and your other life events and things happen, then somehow those things that are on your bucket list never seem to get done. Birthdays come and go, and then we get older, and then you think, man, it's too late. It's never too late to do anything or do some things for yourself. And we get to connect. We have to stop feeling that it's too late to do things for ourselves, because it's never too late. A lot of times we don't have that support that we need, and so we just kind of like, oh, I'm not going to do it, or somebody talks you out of something that you want to do, or we get discouraged. And listen, you have to be your biggest cheerleader and lift yourself up. You have to lift yourself up. And then a lot of people ask, well, how do I lift myself up when I don't have any support? First things first, you get closer to God. He will let him direct your path. He will guide you. Talk to him daily and constantly during those lonely times when you have no support, nobody there. And sometimes you have to keep your good news to yourself, because everybody is not going to be happy for you. But talk to God. And then also you want to surround yourself with positive minded, successful people, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to get where you need to be and where you want to go. And a lot of what helps me is I like to turn on my favorite songs. Now I have a couple of songs that I listen to, and I listen to them actually before this show, because you have to keep yourself pumped up. If you don't have anybody in your circle that is positive minded, that keeps you motivated, that you talk to on a regular basis, be your own cheerleader. I turn on a couple of my favorite songs, the one that I listen to, and then you have to really listen to the words of this song. It's Mary J. Blige, Just Fine. And here's what she says in her song that really got me. I ain't let nothing get in my way. I ain't gonna let nobody bring me down. No matter what, no matter what nobody has to say. Those are the words, exact words that are in her song. You have to listen to the words to that song. Look up the lyrics. That in itself will motivate you. You have to keep positivity and motivation flowing daily, because that's the only way that you are going to be able to get past your fears, step out on faith, and do those things that are on your bucket list for yourself. Another one of my favorite songs that really inspires me is Fantasia. I'm doing me. That was my motto for a long time, is I'm doing me this time around. And doing me is not saying that, you're being selfish. Sometimes you have to take that time for yourself. We always take care of and do things for everybody else. Do you. I'm doing me. Stay plugged in to something positive every single day. And dust off that bucket list and get busy. I had so many things on my bucket list, and sometimes people say, oh, she's doing too much. She's doing this, that, and the other. I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else. So you have to block out the negativity and the naysayers and do it for you. And do something that makes you smile and makes your heart beat. And I will leave you with these words tonight. Self-care is not selfish. You are never too old to reinvent yourself. And you are more than enough.
Everybody give some virtual hand claps to Denise Emerson. Denise. Listen, powerful information. I think that we as women, as we do get older, we do feel like it's too old. We're too old to reinvent ourselves. We feel like we are, we're behind time, and it can be a scary thing. How did you get to the place where that was no longer your vice? Or were you ever there? Did you ever feel like you were too old to start new things, or, as you said, to reinvent yourself?
Well, at some point I thought, should I do this? And then I'm too old for that. And then I'm like, no, I got that thought out of my mind. And I just started just going for things, just stepping out on faith. I'll be 55 years old this year.
I still don't believe that.
I feel, thank you. And for me, I feel like life is just beginning, because I started in my 50s and doing some things which you'll read in the in the book. When I was age 50, it started then, and I just been going full speed ahead ever since then. You're never too old to reinvent yourself. You never. You are more than enough. You can do what you want to do.
Why do you think we as women feel like, where did we stop feeling like we were enough? Where did we stop believing that? When does that happen?
That we aren't enough. I think because we just think, when we think of things for ourselves and doing things for ourselves, we always think that it's selfish, rather than, we just don't do for ourselves. We put everything else first, and then we don't feel like it's ever enough. It's just never enough. And we are so giving as women and nurturing to others, and we leave out ourselves.
We do. And you know what? You're right. I mean, especially when we're mothers, we're wifeys, we're in ministry, we work, we have businesses. And you're right, a lot of times we pour out so much and we feel, and honestly, a lot of times people will make us feel like we're doing the wrong thing when we do something for ourselves. So we need to change the narrative of that altogether. And so I just applaud you for actually saying it. Like, you're never too old to reinvent yourself. You're never too old to do something different. And this was so powerful. Thank you so much, Denise.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And let me, I had to throw that up there. We had to make sure everybody knows who she belongs to. Okay. So listen, folks, I mean, this is a snippet of who Denise is. This is a glimpse into her, but this is not her chapter. So if you really want to learn more about her and how she really came to know that she was more than enough, you got to get the book. And I want you to get the book directly from Denise. You can go to DeniseEmerson.com and you'll be able to get your copy of the book. So Denise, if you could hang out with me in the green room, we're about to bring Robin to the virtual stage. We're about to bring her up here. So listen, guys, if you are just tuned in, I want to say to you, thank you so much for being here, because this is the second day of the 5 days of self-love. And wow, we are already kicking off with a bang. We just had Denise Emerson that came to us and spoke to us about the fact that you are never too old to reinvent yourself. Guess what? You're never too young to try and invent yourself. You're not behind time. So I'm hoping that you are feeling blessed just like I'm feeling blessed. And I'm really excited because I'm bringing Robin Sample to the virtual stage. Robin, how are you doing tonight? Oh man, I think you might be muted. Click and see if your phone is on mute, darling. Hold on, let's see. Unmute yourself, boo. Uh-oh. Unmute again.
Got it.
Boom.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
I am doing.
Microphone
I am
check.
doing
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2. I'm in the house.
1, 2. You are in the house. Robin M. Sample.
I am in the house.
I'm really excited that you're here. Obviously, I'm excited. I mean, how many times can we say the word excited in one broadcast? But I definitely am that. I'm honored that you're here. I'm honored that you're part of the project. And a lot of people don't know, but as of the release of the book, you would have dealt with actually fighting COVID for 180 days, at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so it's amazing because when we started, I think at that point it was just 90 days. And all of us were kind of like, you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
180
absolutely.
days in. 180
Yes.
days. So how are you actually feeling? You feel okay?
I feel okay. I'm just dealing with some fatigue and some body aches and things like that. But the worst of it is over. I don't have the cough anymore, any of the flu-likes, getting my body to just get back into its normal rhythm and routine of having energy and being able to do things. But other than that, I feel really good. Spiritually, I feel great. So everything else is going to fall into its rightful place.
So before you actually get started, I wanted to just ask you, because COVID is such a scary thing. And, you know, we're facing that. A lot of people have faced losing folks. I mean, like this has been, you know, the last year has been a year of triumph and pain and different things like that. But you are actually someone who has pre-existing conditions. And you don't make any bones about it. So folks, I'm not telling her business. You do battle lupus. And so I know it was very scary when we found out that you did have COVID. But you are a walking testimony that even though that is the case, that you are still here and God is a healer.
Oh, you're frozen.
Well, I'm not frozen. I think you're frozen.
Oh.
Let's talk, say something. We're not going to trip. We're not going to trip.
Yes, praise the Lord.
Do me a favor, Rob.
I won.
Do me a favor.
Nope, we're not.
I want you
We're not.
Log off.
Okay.
No, don't calm down. Log off and jump back in. I talk a whole lot, so we'll be good until you come back. So log off, come back in so we can have the very best of you. Folks, you're tuned into 5 days of self-love. I'm so excited that you are joining me we have Robin, who is going to be jumping right back with us. We just heard from Denise Emerson, who told us that you are never too old to reinvent yourself. Listen, y'all are showing up and showing out here. Y'all are showing up and showing out here. I'm so excited. Look at all these people that are in here. Veronica, I see you in the virtual building. Yes, to God be the glory for all of his blessings. You know, when we think about COVID, it is so scary. And to actually have someone that's battled it, and y'all, she's battled it for 6 months. You know what I mean? I've been part of her journey where she's been back and forth to the doctors and things like that. And so, you know, Shaquan, absolutely. She's amazing. God is amazing. Absolutely, Jasmine, but God. But God. Yes, 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 yes. We have Robin, who is back in the building. Here we go. Robin Sample. Microphone checker.
Yes. Yes.
So I hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I hear you, but there you go. Bless God. Bless God. Listen,
Okay.
before we have
I
another
can see me.
I want you to be able to go ahead.
Can you see me?
I do see you, boo. So I want you to go ahead and give us your topic of give yourself permission. So you're here to talk to us about that. Are you ready? So I think you're frozen again. We might just have to bring you back for a special broadcast. I feel like Robin just wanted to have her own special night. So I think that's what's going on here. Robin. So listen, and y'all, I love my Robin. I love my Robin. I know Robin is probably on the other end tripping right now. But Robin, it's all good.
My topic is give yourself permission.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Oh man, I'm steadily freezing.
Go ahead and speak.
Oh, the devil knows I had something I need to share. That's okay, because we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Yes, I am ready. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as I can. I know, and I don't know why that keeps happening.
It's fine. Just jump right into it. No. Go ahead.
I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as I can, so before this computer continues to freeze up. So my topic is giving yourself permission. Okay. I'm gonna just go through it, and whatever we get, we get. So giving yourself permission, and giving yourself permission is about giving yourself permission to. I talked on this topic because it took me a long while to
Robin, listen. So this is what I want to do. I do not want to minimize what you have for us. You have a really great presentation for us about giving yourself permission of yourself. And what I don't want to do, I don't want that to get lost because we can't hear you. So what I would like for us to do is we'll bring you back on a different day, even if it is its own special time.
The message that I want to give to women tonight is.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring Robin back when we can possibly be in a better space. So, because Wi-Fi is crazy. Wi-Fi is crazy. And I don't know what it's like there, but I know we've had rain, we've had snow, we've had all kinds of crazy stuff that's going on. So Robin, if you can hear me, I do not want to minimize the message that you have by us not being able to hear you and with it being spotty, because especially when God gives us a special message and when the enemy is coming against it like this, I know that it's something very powerful that everybody needs to hear. So what we're going to do, we're going to work behind the scenes. We'll come up with a special day and special time if necessary, so that you can get on here and you can say what thus saith the Lord. Y'all know I'm churchy. Don't do that. I don't need anybody shaking their head and rolling their eyes because of how churchy I am. Y'all know my parents are pastors. It's an occupational hazard of being a PK. But listen, don't roll your eyes about that either. I was a PK, but I wasn't one of the bad ones. So I don't even want to hear. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, Denise, I wasn't one of the jacked up PKs. Not at all. Not at all. So, so Denise, okay. Denise, before we go tonight, you have your own project that's coming out. You have your own anthology that's coming out. And I wanted to give you a moment to be able to talk about that.
Yes, I do. My anthology, which I just announced today, is entitled Love, Lies, and Lessons. It's about online dating, lessons learned along the journey, and love throughout the process. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm in the process of, I'm looking for 20 ladies who are interested in making contributions as a contributing author to that. And it's entitled Love, Lies, and Lessons.
Love, Lies, and Lessons. So when you were talking to me about it, I was cracking up. I was just like, that is hilarious to me. Because listen, being a newly well, I wouldn't say I'm a fresh single woman. I've been single now for over 2 years. But I'm telling you, before I decided to go on a man fast, I had some doozies. Yeah. I had some doozies there. I had folks that were breath was stinking. I could smell their breath before they even like shook my hand. That's a problem. Love, Lies, and Lessons. That's a lesson. Let me give you a lesson. Pop a peppermint in your mouth. Okay, that's 5 lessons right there. That needs to go inside the book. So how can people connect with you about being part of your project?
They can email me at my email address is Denise Emerson 100 at iCloud.com. Denise Emerson 100 at iCloud.com. And 100 is spelled out as the number. Or you can.
So it's literally 100, or they're spelling the number 1 and then 100.
100 at iCloud.com. Yes. Or they can inbox me and I can provide information as well.
Okay. So Denise, tell us really quickly, what made you decide to be part of the I Am More Than Enough anthology?
Actually, I have been friends with you, Facebook friends, for I don't know how long, because I also run a virtual book club. So I connected with a lot of authors and things. So one day you had made their post back in November, and I had never, ever, ever seen any of your posts. But that day I saw that post, and it was meant for me to contribute in this anthology. I have had this on my bucket list for so long, but I did not know how to get started. I didn't know what to do. So it was meant for me to see that post that day. Because like I said, I had never seen any of your posts. Even though we were friends, we never really interacted on Facebook. But that day it was meant for me to see it.
I love it. And you know, this is what people don't always understand, is that even though you have a lot of followers, you know, you can be following a lot of people, because of the way the algorithm is set up, a lot of times we will not see what everybody posts, you know, and so that's why it's important to post often, you know, even when you think you're getting on people's nerves. I don't care if I get on people's nerves. How do you delete me so I can take for other people? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I it's definitely something that I do not worry about. Listen here. Okay. I'm about to say the comment section is lighting up, but everybody's talking to each other and they're not talking to us. Listen, we have I have to do this to Cassandra, because Cassandra never has a problem with me making fun of her. Listen, y'all, Cassandra is in these comments. She's pleading the blood. Thank you, Cassandra. But wait a minute. Why did Cassandra, I can't with her. Why did she say Jesus be a mint?
Cassandra is awesome. She is so funny.
They said Jesus be a mint. I love it. I love it. Listen, I'm about to bring Shay Samuels back up here so we can go ahead and close this out. Shay. Hey, doll. Let's see here. I think I have you muted.
I have myself muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Let everybody know, how can they connect with you off air?
Yes, you can connect with me on all social media, Shay Samuels, Instagram, officially Shay Samuels, our website, www.beyondthefence.org, or YouTube, Shay Samuels. But you can primarily find me on Instagram, officially Shay Samuels, or Facebook at Shay Samuels.
Awesome. You guys make sure that you connect with her. Please, please, please. Denise, tell us, how can folks connect with you? Give us all your stuff. Give us all your government. Well, social media.
Okay, my website is DeniseEmerson.com. That's where you can purchase the anthology, I'm More Than Enough. And I'm on Instagram at The Bougie Boss. And I spell bougie, Boujee, boss. The Bougie Boss on IG. And on Facebook, you can connect with me. I am The Bougie Boss on Facebook.
I am my boss. Yes.
And again, my email address is DeniseEmerson100 at iCloud.com.
Awesome. Good stuff. You know, I remember when bougie used to be considered a bad thing back in the day. I've always been told I was bougie. Shay, I'm looking at your hair. You were told you were bougie too, weren't you?
Yeah, I still get that. But then people see me and they be like, okay, you just real down to earth.
Yeah, like what is that about? And it's mostly women, right? Like, why do we do that to each other? Oh,
yeah, that's a whole nother, I think that's a whole nother broadcast.
Yeah, it is. So Denise, when you decided to call yourself the bougie boss, like, okay, first of all, what did your husband say? Or he was just like, whatever, boo.
Yeah, pretty much he was. So I just kind of like, he started calling me bougie. So that's where it kind of came from. He's like,
oh, he started that.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Emerson. Yeah. Oh, so he created the brand. Did you get look? So I know the brand came after the marriage, but did you somehow go and get yourself a prenup or renup, whatever it's called? Because he's gonna want some of that. No, I'm just kidding. Because nothing's ever coming between the Emersons. Y'all are so in love. Relationship goals. I love it.
He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and you guys are so cute together. I just love looking at your pictures and stuff. And I'm like, Lord, when you send me my Boaz, well, first of all, when Boaz comes, he better understand he's not going anywhere. So I'm not going anywhere. You better get your life together. We're gonna be mad together. So get your life right. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me tonight.
You're welcome.
For having us.
Yes, I'm gonna tell y'all, this has been such a dope evening. And it's so funny because I was so exhausted. I just been exhausted for months. I've been exhausted. I've been burned out. And, that stuff just happens. And so I kind of took a break. You guys know that I run the radio station. I Worship 96. So I have a lot that's going on and I've just been so tired. And I just kind of needed a break from broadcasting. But my God, I'm so excited that we stored it all up for now because I'm just excited to just be here. And I've missed everybody. I've really missed everyone. So listen, tomorrow we're going to be back here. Same time, same place. We're going to be doing the thing. If you have not followed my page, Tamika Hall Live, do me a favor. Follow my page. You want to know why? Because I love you a long time. Tomorrow we're going to be here with Alicia Shaw, Sharon Monet, and KL Claire. KL Claire is going to be broadcasting with us from Japan. I told y'all we were international. We didn't lie when we said we were #1 international bestsellers. We definitely are. So we're going to be back here tomorrow. And we have Christian artist Delana Carey that is going to be here with us, and she's going to be blessing us with her music as well. So as always, listen, you know that I love you. Remember that you were created to make God famous, and you guys have a good night. Until tomorrow, be blessed.